Our verse today is 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. The word cosmos in Greek, translated as world, has many meanings. It means something well arranged or an adornment. If you read 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. In an inclusive sense, cosmos refers to the entire universe. Read Matthew 25 verse 34, John 17 verse 5. It also means the world as the earth or planet we live. If you read Matthew chapter 4 verse 8 and Luke chapter 12 verse 30. Cosmos is also used to refer to earthly possessions, joys or sufferings. Read Matthew chapter 16 verse 26, 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 31 and 1 John chapter 2 verse 15 following. And lastly, it is that which is hostile to or alienated from God, lost in sin, ruined or unredeemed. Read John chapter 7 verse 7, chapter 8 verse 23, 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 12, Galatians chapter 6 verse 14 and 1 John chapter 4 verse 17. The author of John uses cosmos in the last two senses, that is, in terms of earthly possessions and earthly leanings, and that which is alienated from God. Hence he says, do not love the world or the things of the world. To love the world is to be against God. The love of God and that of the world cannot go together. Jesus says you cannot serve two masters at the same time. The next verse tells us the things of the world we should avoid. For all that is in the world, desires of the flesh and the desires of the eyes and the pride of life is not from the Father, but is from the world. 1 John chapter 2 verse 16. John categorizes the things of the world into three: the desires of the flesh, that comes to sexual inclinations, the desires of the eyes, worldly possessions and materialism, and the pride of life, the quest for power, for honor, for position. Those who seek sexual pleasures, worldly possessions, and power live in the world. John concludes our verse by saying, if anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Let us look inwards today at ourselves. Am I guilty of these things? Is my heart only after the things of the flesh, sexual immorality? Am I only thinking of material things, what to buy and what others have that I do not have? Am I after the latest brand in the market? Am I only thinking of power and position to show off for pride and lord it over other people? These are all things of the world. St. Paul tells the Romans, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewer of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Romans 12 verse 2. Lord, direct our minds constantly to the things of God, and turn our minds away from worldly possessions, inclinations, and desires. Amen. God bless you. Have a pleasant day.